Broadcasting live from the Jersey Shore, it's Coach Kev on the Damage 365 Radio Network.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Damage 365 Radio. This is episode number 42. I hope you guys enjoyed the second episode of Real Sports Talk with Kenny Kluska. It just went off the air, which means it's now time for the show that is the flagship show of the Damage 365 Radio Network. I am Coach Kev, along with my host today via satellite, Nick the Beard in the house. Welcome back to the show, Nick.
Thank you very much, Kev. Everybody take a break from watching New York Jets football and listening to Damage 365.
Yeah, well, if I was forced to watch Jets football, I would need a break, too. So
Hey, they're beating the Packers right now, so that's the important thing.
Whatever. I'm lactose intolerant, so I can't say go cheeseheads. We have a great show, ladies and gentlemen, as we are days, and I mean days away from like convention weekend, the ECW Originals tour with Damage 365 Radio this coming weekend, Saturday and Sunday at Legends of the Ring, respectively on Sunday, and Wrestling Spectacular 3D from Middletown, New York on Sunday. Damage 365 Radio is going to be on the road, and man, what a road trip it's going to be as we're traveling with ECW Originals, former ECW Tag Team Champion Pitbull #1 Gary Wolf, along with the chair-swinging, badass Axel Rotten, another ECW Original. Also Pit Girl Christy Kiss, a former guest of the show. She will be accompanying us as well at both conventions. And we look to get many, many interviews from, obviously, not only our guests, but guests that will be in attendance at these conventions. And, last year we got Al Snow and Ezekiel Jackson and Rhino. We had some really, really cool interviews. And we look to get more and more and more and package it together. We're going to have our annual double jam-packed show next weekend. It's going to be sick. And, I'm looking forward to it. I know Nick is psyched because Sundays, Middletown, New York, in his backyard.
My hometown. I don't have to travel, Kev.
In his backyard. The lazy ass gets to roll out of bed, throw some cologne on, maybe do his hair, depends if he wants to wear a hat, and come to the convention.
Just wear a hat.
Yep, and come to the convention in minutes.
It's good that we're gonna have an event in my hometown, and I mean between Saturday at Legends, and then in Monroe, New Jersey, and then Sunday in Middletown, New York, and then on top of that having two guests Sunday night show plus Night of Champions. It is going to be one jam-packed weekend for
It's going to be
365.
sick. I mean, I don't even know how the hell I'm going to go to work on Monday, but it will get done somehow, some way. But before we even get there, I mean, we're totally bypassing the great show we got in store today. As always, we kick it off with our birthdays and some shout-outs out there, and round number 5 results of the Intercontinental Championship Tournament. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty of the best Intercontinental Champions of all time. The 72 holders of this prestige championship, and it's coming down to the final 4, so we'll see what happens. And then a little later on, around the 6:25 time slot, we'll have Female Wrestling Channel's champion, try to say that fast 3 times, Monroe Jamison will be in the house. She will be giving us a call. We'll go a little into detail about Female Wrestling Channel and what it's all about and how it's different from independent circuits and televised wrestling, and just why she prefers to do this other than maybe traveling with independent wrestling. So, I don't want to get all that out now, but we definitely will talk to her about that. And again, if you did not last week check out Kenny Kluska on the air for his first show. Go on, ladies and gentlemen. Go to Spreaker. Go to his Facebook page, facebook.com, RealSportsKK, and listen to episode 1 and today's episode number 2 of Real Sports Talk with Kenny Kluska. He's live on Sundays right before we go on the air, 5 p.m. to 5:45. And great show. He gives you a little insight of live look-ins from the NFL, along with baseball and the upcoming basketball season and all the controversy with these moron NFL players that can't stay out of jail, and maybe some boxing controversy from last night. Who knows, man? You just got to go on. You got to listen to him. Guy knows what he's talking about. He's real comfortable behind the microphone, and we wish him luck. And he's kicking ass and taking names, and he's going to have some guests lined up as well. So we wish Kenny a lot of luck, and we welcome him to the Damage 365 family. And yeah, again, we got those conventions next week, but also not even the convention wise. Next week on the show, we have Nyla Rose and former 6-time world champion April Hunter. So, I mean, dude, we're so jam packed, it's nuts between just with our guests,
more guests every week.
It's great, and I love it. I love having jam packed shows. I love being under the pressure. I'm psyched. I'm just absolutely psyched.
We're gonna have so much information to get out there next week, and like we were talking about before we went on the air, hopefully sometime soon we can get just this unlimited time slot and just pile on this information with our fans.
And not only that, a lot of people know that friends with me out there. I don't know if I told Nick. I officially purchased a house. I'm a homeowner now.
Yep.
And there will be a designated studio space in my new house where Damage 365 will relocate. It will be absolutely ridiculous to the point where if we have guests that are just going to be in the New York, New Jersey area, they're going to be live in the studio, not just on the phone, live in studio to do interviews. So, I mean, the progression of where we started back in April last year to where we are right now is it's ridiculous. It's like holding a grain of sand, and as Macho Man Randy Savage would say, he's the entire Sahara Desert. So that's where we are right now.
And I'm going to try and make my way down for some more live shows. Actually, do a live show in studio for once. I'm going to try and get that done sometime soon too.
Oh, it's going to be sick. Not only that, I got a 5-bedroom house, bro. So you can crash for the weekend, and everybody knows. Everybody knows I feed anybody that comes to my house. So.
And once JCW starts back up, man, I mean, we're going to be on the road again.
That's right. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, sit back, relax, grab a beer, grab a diet soda, grab whatever you feel quenches your thirst. Mute that football game. Give us 45 minutes of your time, and let's get some shout-outs on the board. We got some shout-outs and birthdays, ladies and gentlemen. We'd like to bring out there for some of our Damage 365 listeners. We like to wish a happy birthday to Damage Athletics infielder Kerry Schweiger. Happy birthday, Kerry. She's like a sister to me. Love you, Kerry. Happy birthday, Damage alum Sherlock Springer. Happy birthday to JCW Jersey Championship Wrestling's president, Ricky O. Happy birthday, Rick.
Happy birthday, Ricky.
Happy birthday to today's guest, Monroe Jamison, celebrating a birthday this week. And also, happy birthday to alumni softball league mate, Amy Janicki. Happy birthday. And of course, I cannot go without saying, as today marks the first birthday for my little puppy. That's right. Nani Felice. Happy birthday to my little puppy. And she turned 1 year old today. The little bolt of lightning. Got spoiled and brought to the pet store, and she got to pick whatever she wanted. And man, she's downstairs living it up right now, waiting for Daddy to get off the air so we can enjoy the rest of her birthday. Who knows? Maybe she'll get a little puppy ice cream. Yes, they make puppy ice cream, but
they
Happy birthday to everybody out there celebrating their birthday with Damage 365 Radio. It's time for our tournament. Are you ready, Nick? Are you ready for the tournament?
Final Four time, Kev.
Final Four, the semi, or the semi. It don't matter because the semi is huge, and so is the semifinals. They are huge, ladies and gentlemen. Here are results from round number 5 setting up our semifinals. It was Chris Jericho, Y2J, the Savior, defeating William Regal. In this bottom bracket, it was ravishing Rick Rude defeating the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion of all time, the Honky Tonk Man, setting up this match for the semifinals, Chris Jericho against Rick Rude. Nick, what do you got?
Well, this is an interesting matchup. Chris Jericho is obviously, everybody knows he holds the most Intercontinental title reigns ever in the WWE. Rick Rude, on the other hand, he should have had plenty of main event runs besides his IC title run. It's going to be a great matchup. I'm going to go Rick Rude in this one because of the Bobby the Brain Heenan factor.
Rick Rude, it's just so weird. Such a weird career.
Yeah.
All the talent in the world. I mean, this guy was blessed with a ridiculous physique, tons of charisma, great wrestling skills. I mean, he wasn't born with that, he earned that, but
yeah,
it never was used enough as a main eventer. A guy that probably could have headlined any pay-per-view as a world champion.
Exactly.
And he had a great run as Intercontinental Champion, and unbelievable feuds with guys like Jake Roberts, the Ultimate Warrior, and later on in his career, Mr. Perfect. So, it's 3 legends right there, folks. 3 Hall of Famers that he was in the same class with. And why Rick Rude is not in the Hall of Fame is beyond me.
If I would love to see him in the Hall of Fame next year. I think he definitely has a chance, along with like Rick Martel and guys like that we've talked about in the past. But I definitely think that Rick Rude was arguably one of the top 5, well now top 4 Intercontinental champions of all time.
The guy should have been a top 5 WWE superstar during his time. You know, Look, we all know it was Hogan, Savage, Warrior in the 3. We all know that. That's the way it was. It's the way it's always going to be. Some argue about the Warrior, but you can't argue. You can't argue the Warrior's following. You can't argue the Warrior's charisma. The guy was a beast. You know, not much of a wrestler, but not many guys can claim to fame. Say, you know, they slammed every big man in the business. Everyone. Yep. Andre, Kamala, Bundy. Well, he wasn't around for Stud, but Boss Man, Bigelow, Akeem.
Yep, I was just going to say Akeem.
I mean, he slammed them all of them. Okay, Tugboat, all of them. So, not many guys can say that. You know, Hogan's got his claim of fame because Hogan was the notorious guy that had to body slam everybody. Okay, but you know, Hogan already made a name for himself for about a decade before the Warrior got there.
Yep. So
to see like the second coming of this monster, it was ridiculous. So I put him in the top 3. I always say, you know, Hogan and Savage will always teeter-totter who's number 1. Fans will always argue about it, you know. And this is only WWE, so you Ric Flair fans, relax yourselves.